Hey everyone, how's it going? Catch up on chat, and we'll do trading things. Looks like the people who said that was going down won the competition yesterday. The poll vote, not the poll vote, but the voting points. Down gang, where you at? Yeah, they got a lot of points. They destroyed everybody on that. Whoa, why so loud, dude? Oh, that looks good for volume, I think. Yeah, that looks good. Thanks, Ari. Your whole double is hit pretty good. I'll take a look. Most of the downvotes are the usual suspects in Discord. Hello, Cotton, big fan. Hey, Jake, what's up, dude? Hey, Vig, morning. Perfect volume, sweet. New fan, actually, you're awesome, man. Thanks, Jake. Addicted to the videos, I'm 1 day in. Yes, let's go, man. We're gonna get into charts soon. Doing my normal wake up routine here. Although I've been awake for a few hours, it just still talking on camera and being awake is different than just, you know, sitting in your kitchen sipping tea or coffee, whatever. It's funny because everybody always mistakes me for like a 20-year-old. Like, oh, you're what, 26, 27? Happened yesterday a few times. Actually, almost 40. Let's go. 40-year-old squad. In person, I always get like, oh, you know, you're this old or you're that old. It's like, no, 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 no. You still look 17. Oh, that's not a good age to look. It's not. It's not good to look like you're under 18. It's like, yeah, I'm 39 and I look like I'm 17. That's not good. That's not. Yeah, that's not a good take. Clock gets given away on stream Friday morning at 7 a.m. So we've got, you guys have officially started the 48-hour countdown. I thought it was tomorrow, but I set it for Friday. But that's fine. They can be for Friday. It gives people one extra day to enter. So the official like 48 hours is already dwindling down. Less than 48 hours now. You do look young, Poppy. Yeah. I always get mistaken for like a 23, 24-year-old. Maybe it's because you look so cool. Maybe. Thanks. My Charlie Brown shirt. Oh yeah, the striped one. It's like brown and red stripes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love my Charlie Brown shirt. Yeah, I've aged well. That's the thing about day trading is I always say this, it's the best anti-aging medicine because you don't have any stress. It's like day trading is the best anti-ager. Thank you for the work you're putting into your channel community. I'm halfway through BP and noticed the immense level of improvement I experience with every course. I can't thank you enough. It's been 2 months since I've started studying around 13 hours a day, including weekends. Dude, that's a lot of studying. It's really good, man. Cats are out there. Cats are not in the office. Where's the cats out there? Good on ya. Good on ya, Zill. Zilvia 4444. Gonna get into charts. But make profit from trading. I don't trade, dude. I'm a content creator. You haven't been around very long, Dej. That works better for aging than the 40-year-old slave life. Yeah, yeah, for sure. 700 or 800 bucks on trading books is useful. No, I don't think that's useful at all. I haven't found any good trading books. I find it's a lot of useless information, but you know, I haven't read every book out there, so I would say probably would stay away from that. But I follow an annoying. Well, this is the first problem with your sentences. You said you follow an annoying person. Is if they're annoying and they don't know what they're talking about, why are you following them? That's your first problem, Book Up. Bears will not make it small creator about TA that only works on bullish divergences and BS indicators. I can fix that for you really quick, man. Just click unfollow on them. That's that's an instant cure. I'll allow this comment. I'll allow JDM's comment. I'm assuming JDM is gonna get banned though. Sometime very quick by either me or JCap. One of us is gonna hit him with a hammer. I didn't. But yeah. I didn't hit him with a hammer yet. Keyword yet, but I have no control over JCap. JCap's got a mind of his own. He does his own things. He does what he needs to do. Wasn't trading stressful for you? Yeah, for sure, but not more stressful than going to a job every day because I can control the stress. Yeah, I do 100x trades live. I just, you know, I don't force trades to pretend like I know what I'm doing. There's no point in that. I always tell people, it's like, yeah, I don't force trades. Smart trades happen when they happen, and if you're a good trader, you don't need to you know, force things for content. Like, what am I supposed to do? Force trades on spots I don't believe in? 100x only, so the only spots I take are like premium entry. That's it. And that's when I have time to manage them. Most of the time I give callouts on stream and then I just don't even get to manage them anyways. And I'm, you know, my accuracy ratio is like 99.9%. So JDM says you sound dumb AS. F. Yep. As F. Yeah. A little bit. I read a bunch of trading books, but they were all pretty useless. It was like a big waste of time, Ryo. I don't use any. I don't use any, dude. Alfronza? You mentioned yesterday you don't use volume. What signals do you look at? I don't look at any signals, dude. I make my own decisions based on the science and data points. I see a hammer evolving. I call it bullshit divergence. Yeah, I mean, people are gonna follow what they follow, right? So let's start off with yesterday. Let's go back and look at yesterday. Start off with man, we were really close to hitting that. So these two green lines is a vote that I had yesterday. So, you know, roughly around here yesterday, we said, is it going to go up or down? I let the community vote. So I want to start doing this every morning. Community votes whether it goes up or down. So we can kind of do the same thing again right now. We'll go from the bottom of this candle and we'll go, let's say 1.8 on either side. Let's do something. What do we want to do? It's going to be a little wingy this morning. So what we're going to do from the bottom of this candle is we're going to go 1% on either side. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go 1 full percent here. So we're going to go here. Where is it? I'm going to let you guys vote on this. This is just like for fun. You guys do what you want with this. But this, I do like doing this. It's kind of a fun little thing to do every morning. So 184. Okay. So it's like here, or we'll go from here. And we'll go right to here, above this. 35,020. Okay. I'm going to set up this vote and then we'll go on. We'll continue on. We'll lower this one a little bit too. We'll go down to like 50. Yeah, that's good. Gonna be same thing. BTC going up or down. All caps, everything caps, always caps everything. And you guys have 2 minutes to do this. We'll go 2 minutes. Follow this annoying one on Insta. He only talks about finance. So now I should post things from my account from now on. Well, a lot of people have a lot of stuff to say about the markets. It's a very flooded. Bitcoin blew up and everybody who was... Oh, I'm just going to say Bitcoin blew up and a lot of people started having an opinion. Can you simply show that he's lying? What? Like, simply show that that guy's... What? I don't understand, dude. I don't understand your comment. Nope, didn't see that. I'm bearish for the next 1 to 2 weeks. No, I don't cross-check MA at all. It's a shame that voting is visible. Oh, that's okay. I think it's okay to have voting visible. Yeah, yeah, I know what that guy said. You're faking your trades. Who said that? How do you fake trades when they're live on a screen? What? He just makes himself sound like an idiot. How do you fake live trades? How do you fake trades? Like photoshopping them? Yeah, I'm just gonna ban him. Don't worry, I banned him. How do you fake trades? What is that? How do you fake live trades? Dude, that would be something. Like paying $1,000 to a CGI artist. Yeah. Deep fake. That's funny. How did the vote from yesterday end? The people who voted down won. Is faking trades profitable? How do you fake callouts? That's what I want to know, because I don't even really trade. I just do callouts. I do callouts before they happen. So how do you fake those? Loving the content, working through FOT, finally started clicking after rewatching some lessons 3 times. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, understanding my terms. So I make everything up on the fly. I make everything up, like origin levels, hold levels, this, that. I just kind of think about something that makes sense and I make it up, right? So yeah, sometimes that is, you know, kind of a learning step for some people, like understanding my comments. I'm actually surprised Bitcoin held here. So, you know, what it's doing now is obviously laddering off of this. So you've got a trend like this now on a smaller time frame, which is shocking. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I wouldn't have expected this, but it doesn't mean it can't exist. It's just not something I would have expected. So it would have been like this, right? And like there's your trend right there. And that's why you see it fights right there, because it's just surprising that it ladders off this, but it's perfectly fine. It's just like the very, very, very top of the move. Like there's nothing left there. But you know, to be fair, Bitcoin went after the very bottom of its move too. Bitcoin had gone after, you know, the very bottom of its move, broke down and just slightly laddered off of the bottom of this too. So I mean, to be fair, it's not exactly like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Like I would not have expected this for sure. Like I'll say that straight up. I would have by no means have been in a short here. I would have missed my short because I would have been looking for a way higher part of them, like a much higher part of the move. Yeah, I would have been looking for a much higher part of the move. So I mean, it's not it's not shocking that it stops here. It's just, it is surprising. It's just not shocking. You know, so fine, Bitcoin ladders off this. The move is just laddering here, still laddering off the bottom of the range that brought that move to its, what is this, 29, 28, 7? We'll just call it 28.8. So $100 over the bottom of its move. Goes up, ladders off the top of its range. Has a range here, goes with the ladders off the very greediest part of it. Again, this can happen. It's just definitely on the side of surprising. Trend develops in this moment, right? Trend develops here. You have the range trend, refuses to break over, and I wonder if it hard closes any time frames. No time frames hard close. Maybe a 5-minute might have. I'm not even sure here. No, you don't even have a 5-minute hard closing. You do have one 5-minute hard closing, but it's definitely not enough. Definitely not enough. So yeah, I mean, it's fine. It holds the move down, and you're going to see if this trend breaks today. That's going to be the moment that dictates if this range holds or not. So it's definitely surprising that this is what held the move, but not unexpected. This is perfectly legit. Trend gets created, can't break trend. Continues to reject for the course of 6 or 7 or 8 hours or whatever this was. Couple 4-hour candles, 3 4-hour candles. Continues to reject through them all, and doesn't break its move. So again, not a trade I would have taken, but I would have been more inclined to be up in the up in the next range, up at the next 4-hour part of the move, which I don't really even believe right here is, I think it's okay. I think if you're playing this part of the move, you're playing like the bigger. Where is it? So like right now you're stuck here, right? Firing off that. I think if you start playing this, it's like fine, a slightly bigger range, but really I'd be looking at the higher range. Like I'd be looking at this daily. I'd be looking at this daily here. So I would be playing this range from here, which this is already rejected in here, probably on the 4. Yeah, it's already rejected here, so that's fine. So then you're playing the backside on the 4, which is already tested, by the way. So the 4 is no good anymore. You've got the daily here, which the 4 is already testing. Did this test through on the daily too? That's not even the daily. The daily is back here. Well, that's fine. We can mark that. So now you're in and about here. Somewhere inside of this. I don't even think you're really at the daily anymore. I think you're more down in like here. And it falls short of that. It falls just short of that by staying in the lower range. So that's fine. I really don't know if the move up is over yet, but at this point, I wouldn't even expect this to hold. I would expect this to go much up into this range here on the daily. I would expect if this breaks, this trend breaks, only the daily can hold you back, the daily and the trend. And that's it. So yeah, it's not out of this world alarming that this holds, but it's definitely I can definitely say I would not have taken a short there. It could still be breaking up, but it lost trend, right? Like it lost its trend and now it's trying to stabilize. Can we learn how to fake predictions, please? Cyborg from JL and Tony Stark, he can edit live videos. Yeah. Funny, I just watched Justice League last week for the first time. I clone Binance, yeah. You're time traveling and people hate that. I know, man. I love the comments today. It's a hold level. Coded your own Binance, fake the top. Elon and Potato Sailor was involved in reality. The videos and some AI, and you're on the phone with Elon, pump and dump. Easy GG debunk fib. Yeah, that's about right. Pretty much nailed it. You guys don't need to buy the book anymore. When I make a book one day, you pretty much Dan Cutie just summed it up. That's the TLDR. Getting rated. Party of 91. Hey, fit for Finanzen? Fit for Finanzen. Cool, man. Thanks for the raid, dude. Just arrived the down gang from yesterday one, right? Yep, they did. Do I only do Bitcoin? No, I do stocks, Bitcoin, Forex, commodities. Speaking of, we should go through our list soon. I kind of want to get back to Bitcoin and do some analysis on Bitcoin today. And I also want to do some analysis on stock markets today. I want to see where I'm going to be taking positions over the next couple days here. Let's go. I'll catch up on chat in a minute. Let's quickly touch on Forex. Get it out of the way because it's pretty quick. Forex, I'm really just following DXY. So DXY has been holding its range, still attempting its breakout, right? So we're just gonna go through our list quick so we can knock this out of the way. I do want to keep up on these things for the day, so just keeping my finger on the pulse with Forex. Yeah, DXY still moving up. We've been waiting, we've been just patiently waiting, and it's kind of controlling the markets right now, right? So DXY is looking great, and everything else is going to be falling against it. There's nothing really to see on Forex. We're just finger on the pulse, right? Like that's all we're doing here. Finger on the pulse. Just keep active for Forex, just to make sure we don't miss anything alarming. I'm, yeah. Should have bought JPY back when. I tried to buy JPY back at 102. I was waiting for 101 and change. Just a little too greedy on JPY, and it's done. We're good. Go to commodities. Let's hammer this out too. Get these out of the way because I'm not trading them right now. But again, finger on the pulse. Want to keep up with them. Iron looks like it's going to have its breakout pretty soon here. Nickel is still trying to move down. It's crazy. So corn did hit its target. Corn did hit its target. Now it's pulling back in a larger way. Didn't hit its final target, but it definitely did hit its 717, which is good. Wonder if gasoline is going to hold this and move down. I'm hoping so. Again, I'm not trading commodities right now. I'm doing this for people who do follow me for commodities. Gold pulling back is a little shocking here. So it's just going after the 4-hour level, right? Or is this is a daily. Okay, it's going after the daily. Potentially the backside here, maybe. Could have something on the weekly. Yeah, so you've got the weekly backside. So you're really looking at the weekly range then, right? You're looking right here. You're looking at the weekly range of the move. It's already been tested. Daily can hold it, which is here. I guess this becomes a pretty good spot to long, right? Move's already done, but that's fine. Heating oil still trying to break out. Natural gas breaking its move. I'm gonna go back to, should we go to stocks right now? Should we do stocks or should we do Bitcoin? Let's do Bitcoin for a few minutes and then we'll go into stocks. Catch up on chat. Give a few thoughts on Bitcoin. What do you recommend besides market moves together? Everything, all my content on YouTube, dude. Learn about to learn about all breakouts. Learn Bitcoin to the T, man. Learn Bitcoin to the T, because if you learn Bitcoin to the T on derivatives, whether you trade derivatives or not, Bitcoin should be your kind of grandfather chart. Bitcoin should be the chart you make every decision on. So it's not that you're trying to learn how to trade altcoins. You're just learning to have a higher accuracy on Bitcoin. And when you can achieve that higher accuracy on Bitcoin, it just correlates to altcoins, because you're just charting Bitcoin's moves. And if you know what Bitcoin is doing, you don't even need to chart the altcoins. Don't even need to chart altcoins. You just pick the same spot where Bitcoin's about to dump and you short something, or you long when Bitcoin's holding a level. It's as simple as that. You don't even need to chart the altcoins. You just chart Bitcoin and play the moves off of Bitcoin's chart. And you can have like 100% accuracy like that. Just because A happened and then B happened does not mean that A led to B. So this is herd mentality. This is where people try to see a pattern and they see it once and they try to justify its existence forever, right? It's herd mentality. It definitely doesn't work. That definitely doesn't work in stock markets. 4% per day. I think 4% per day is a lot. It depends. It depends what you see as 4%. Like I only trade 100x with max position. So 4% for me is 10 grand. 10 grand a day is a reasonable income for me. 4% for you may be just spot trading alts, which might mean like 100 or 200 bucks a day. I think 4% has a varying degree of what 4% means depending on what you're trading. So I'm not really sure how to really answer that question. I was wondering if 4% target per day is realistic. It is for spot trading. As a beginner, spot trading 4% is relatively easy, but if you're talking about like derivatives or 100x like I do, 4% a day is like what I aim for when I trade, which I don't do anymore. I don't really trade anymore. So there are people who told all the revolutionary people in the past that they were fake or a maniac, and today nobody even remembers who those people were. Yeah. No kidding, dude. 38.9 level? We haven't reached 38.9. No, it's not broken yet. It's untested. It's tested on the local 4, but that doesn't mean it can't hold again. Like, it has a local test, but it doesn't mean it just means it'll probably go a little deeper into the range, but end up ultimately holding 38.9. So you'll end up likely seeing something else deeper inside of this tested in this scenario. Because you're thinking like, okay, the levels tested here, it's created, tested there. There's a possibility you see something deeper in the range, like maybe a 15-minute level. So tested. No, it's all tested. Yeah, it's all tested. It's possible then actually you, instead of going for the range of the move, wait, where did I mark here? Oh, oops. Am I even looking at the right spot on my charts? Jesus. You'll likely retest this again. You could test anywhere in here. And you could also test inside of the candle, like anywhere inside of there as well. It changes what's going to be tested, but you can't really see that until the moment of. I mean, there's things you could do now to help aid in your visual cues, but you're better off trading that moment in the moment. Sometimes alts pump higher than Bitcoin. No. Alts follow Bitcoin 1-to-1. They always do. Should start trading options soon? Yeah, I plan to. No, I don't have any like strange coins with an investment. Do I recommend trading DXY? Well, I think you can use DXY. DXY is kind of like Bitcoin. Like if you're trading in Forex, DXY is like it's the fund that controls the market, right? Like DXY is the US dollar. It controls all the top pairings. So if DXY is going up, the value of the US dollar goes up and all the pairings go down. So I mean, yeah, I would just trade DXY, but it doesn't mean you can't hedge into different altcoins or alt pairings. I suppose you would call them alt pairings. Like for example, if you're in Forex here, let's go to Forex. And let's switch back to the main screen. Let's get full real estate today. Say you're trading JPY, right? Back when I had first looked at JPY in January and I was trying to get down here, like you could have traded the trend break and accelerated the move. It's just DXY would have had to hold, right? So go to January 25th. What was happening in DXY? January 25th, Bitcoin started to hold its move and break above its range, right? Like it started to break above this local range here. It's probably like a 4-hour, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's a 4-hour, right? It's a 4-hour right here. So it started to hold, come on. That's fine, we can use that. It's still the same level. So, you know, January 25th and then around there, it's starting to, you know, hold the bottom of its move, right? And about to break above its range. So that would have been like a perfect time to buy JPY when you start holding a ladder in Bitcoin, geez, in JPY, in DXY, and then you have JPY is breaking a trend. Like it would just kind of would have been perfect timing because DXY is only going to go up if it holds its ladder. JPY is breaking a trend, and that's going to just fuel the move up regularly. So it's like a free trend break, right? Like I had tried to get back into this at the beginning of back down here. Like this was a level I was trying to buy, 101.8. I think that my order was at 101.9 and it just barely missed. It's the only Forex pair I was trying to take all year because it was kind of, to me it looked a little obvious that it was breaking, especially when it starts holding this back here, right? Like it started holding its range back here, hold its range here. Come on, dude, I don't want to zoom in. I'm so lazy. Oh my god. Fine. There. Yeah, so like it holds its move and then it's like a free trend break on JPY. So I mean, you don't have to only trade DXY, but it's like trading Bitcoin and altcoins. It's the same thing with Bitcoin and altcoins. Like why trade altcoins if you can just trade Bitcoin on leverage when they're all the same anyways? Like you don't even need to have altcoin charts to make decisions. Like I can promise you every single altcoin was dumping from this point on. Like There might be some that have broken range and they're stuck in a range right now that they've slightly moved up against Bitcoin's pullback here, but like literally 99.9% of all coins will be starting to move down again from here. It's just the way the markets work. So yeah, I mean, you could trade the other pairings if you want, but you're still using DXY to decide everything. So I don't really know if there's a point when you could just increase leverage or increase what you're trading on DXY. It's kind of the same way I see Bitcoin and altcoins. Like, why trade altcoins? I'd pick a random one, Link. So can we is it safe to say Link has been moving down since 9 a.m. yesterday? Yeah, I promise you guys it's moving down since 9 a.m. Look at that. 9 a.m. it's moving down. Chainlink. Oh my god, fucking magic. Cotton, how do you do it? It's just they all follow Bitcoin, man. Could you go to, like, I don't know, random fucking coin? I don't know. What's a random shit coin? Brain Monero? What is that? Or like ADA, XMR, I think it is. Oh my god, 9 o'clock, it's moving down. It's like, come on, like, use your brain. It's like actually the same chart. Did the candles even change? Not really. So it's just like, I don't know, man. It's the same way I see DXY and Forex pairs. Like, but Cotton, check out the BSV. It didn't move down. Yes, it did. Shut up. You're looking at a BTC pairing. Don't talk to me. Go in a closet somewhere. I don't know why they would go in a closet, but that's just, they can go somewhere and close the door. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. Like, people can just trade Bitcoin on leverage. There's no point to trade anything else. And if you want to trade anything else, just chart Bitcoin and just, you don't even have to draw lines. Like, don't even, you know what? You can really fucking be stupid here. We can do this. That, hold on. Oh my god, same chart. We can be really, like, you know what? You have this chart with your friends, and now you start using all the fucking crazy stuff here where we go fib circles. How does this thing work? Here's the range right here, and then you make it look like you're some kind of, how could we make this look cool? Okay, there's a trend from here to here, so this is the support. So all you have to do is drag this out. It's holding red zone. And what's some other crazy tools you could use? Gamma square? I don't know what this does, but let's try. Here we go. Here we go. Look. Trend is lining up outside gamma square. It hit this sun curve. We'll call this the sun. It hit the sun. Hits the sun. Bounces off the solar system. And now you have astrology charting. And you can show your friends this and be like, yeah, it longed right here. Isn't that sick? This is how we trade. And then you just go to your Bitcoin chart and be like, haha, fucking idiot. So yeah, it's like, what? Dude, don't talk about altcoins. Just chart Bitcoin and trade it off Bitcoin. It's like literally one-to-one the exact same thing. And then when someone's about, hotkey this so anytime anybody looks, you just hit one hotkey. You can set up a macro. You know, you can set up a keystroke macro that just goes like vet USDT. That way when somebody's about to look, you just like, you're looking at Bitcoin, just quickly hit it. Keep it. Buy a mouse, buy an MMO mouse, and hotkey it to your mouse. That way they don't even see your fingers move. It's just like regular business as usual. That's what you do. It's like, you know? So I don't know, man. That's like how I see DXY. I'm gonna catch up on chat for a minute because that was a little, yeah. Anybody who's watching, these green lines aren't levels. This is from a vote for earlier. This is purely just for fun. These green lines, they're not levels we're expecting to hit. Just, you know, so people are like, where did you get that level? It's just from a vote from earlier. We literally took the price instead of it going up 1% or down 1%. I let people vote to see if they think it's going up or down. A good question on the DXY CyberPi. I like it because, you know what? It's very much the same thing as Bitcoin and altcoins. Income from content creation alone. Yes, this is correct 100%. My income is from content creation alone. I definitely don't make better money being a content creator. I make a small fraction. My trading wage is somewhere between 10 and 20K a day. My content creation wage is patron, which I'm blessed to have, and YouTube. YouTube I make like nothing on. I make like $1,000 a month on YouTube. It's nothing. Twitch I make maybe like $500 a month on, and then Patreon. Obviously, my Patreon is pretty decent. I think I make like 30K a month on Patreon now. I just focus on content creation, but I would make the same amount in 3 days of trading or 2 days of trading. So I 100% make more as trading, but I enjoy this more. We have a video, especially for spot trading, so we can see the difference between leverage versus spot. There's no difference. The levels are the same. You would just alter the profits. So actually, the only thing you would do is you would just alter the profit outcome, because spot and leverage is the same. The levels don't change. If you're a leverage trader, like even spot traders should chart perp and a regular Bitcoin chart. Like this is the same chart as BTC USDT. It might be a slight variation in price, but it's the same chart. It's, you know, you're gonna have the same things happening, right? Like hourly level inside of a range right here. It's very top of its move. It's this. It's the exact same chart. You don't have any difference here. There's just like a slight variation in price. For example, what is the top here? 36.6. What is it on perp? Probably like 30. I'm gonna just say it's like either 36.619 or 36 like 588. Oh, $4 off. 623. Yeah, that's pretty close, guys. What did I say? 18 or did I say 19? Well, $4 or $5 off. It's okay. Within $5. Pretty decent, right? Not bad. So it's like the same thing. You just use the levels from your chart. You could chart either of them, but just use, you know, obviously this chart, so you're not missing trades by like a few dollars here and there because you're mismarking the levels. Like that daily, for example, when this daily got hit right here the other day, when we called this 35,483, did 483 get hit on perp? Mm, 483 did get hit, but the level's at 576. So if the level got front ran a bit, like if the level only hit like 49 or 50, like if it just missed the level, you would have missed it because of that, right? So and I don't trade anymore because content creation just takes up too much time. It's kind of a choice you have to make when you're a content creator. Content creation is somewhere between, right now it's about 50 hours a week. Typically it's more like 60 to 80 hours a week. But I haven't been releasing as many videos in this last week because I've been doing like 80-hour weeks pretty much nonstop for like 2 months straight. So last week I kind of slowed down a bit. So last week was like a 50-hour week. Trading is, you work 10 hours a week, but you can't do both because you miss so many trades during those 50 hours a week you work in content creation. You're just constantly missing trades. Like I missed this trade. I called it out on chat. And I only 100x trade, so people know if I'm taking the trade, I'm doing it with 100x, right? Like I missed this trade because I had to go out that afternoon because I'm so busy with content creation that I think this was a Thursday it happened, right? July 25th, if I remember correctly. That was a Friday. Okay, Thursday or Friday. Anyways, my wife and I, we schedule absolutely everything in one day because I just simply don't have time otherwise. I said like in chat the day it happened and the day before, like this is the level you short. Like this is it, right? 35,476. I was out at a hair appointment with her and, missing this trade right down to the base of this move, which is where I would have sold right at the base of this move, was probably like close to 40K in profits I missed on this trade. 25K, 27,000 I would have missed. Well, I would have actually did this. So it's like 30K of profits. So 30 grand missed in one day. But that's because I'm doing content creation like 10, 11, 12 hours a day, and I like, you just constantly miss things like this. So you kind of have to make a choice, because when you're trading, you drop everything else in the world because the amount of money you make is, you can't miss these things. You cannot miss them. So at all costs, you just drop it all. You really only work 10 hours a week, but those 10 hours have to be like hyper focused. You cannot miss a single beat on those 10 hours a week. So yeah, you can't really do that with content creation. It's impossible. And if there's anybody says, oh well, you could have taken that trade, well, I would have if I was around, because I talked about it the day of for like, I literally said, this is it, this is the level. And then On Saturday, this was the buy on Saturday. Again, missed this because busy in content creation. This led to a 20% move. Told everybody else in Patreon to buy this when we were in our Saturday mentorship lesson. What does this lead to, right? But like, I can't sit here and not do my content creation job waiting for 6 hours at a time. Like we talked about this at 9 in the morning. So we talk about it here at 9. And then, so, you know, I have to be available for those next 5-6 hours. I'm doing content creation and I'm not even looking at my charts. I can't. This leads to another like 30-40 grand missed, right? I can't say where I would have sold. I'll just measure halfway through the trade. Fine, 30 grand. Could have been even 50 maybe. But the point being is that when you're trading, you have to be hyper focused. Like everything else has to come second. And with content creation, that's not a reality. You cannot do that. Especially when you trade 100x, because you have to be laser focused. So it's just the sacrifice I make just because I like to do what I do. And I want to spread my knowledge instead of, you know, trading it for myself. Check stocks yet? I have not checked stocks. I will check stocks soon. Kind of just watching Bitcoin for a few minutes. I want to go to a 5-minute chart. And this statement is emphasized. I can't, like, tenfold. It's emphasized tenfold. Because I trade 100x, I cannot miss a beat. I cannot be wrong. Johnson & Johnson. I could check it out. There's quite a few. Massage to get a better understanding of the markets. Like obviously gold controls metals. Gold is a little more fractured. Okay, we're gonna see if it actually goes and breaks this move. Right now it's just seeing if it can test the ladder. It needs to break this level here, so we'll see. Doge, it's the shittiest. Doge moves down too with Bitcoin. It's all the same. I tell my friends this and they still don't believe me. Just buy a mouse with a hotkey and do the sun and the like the solar system analysis we just did. He uses his time stone, the infinity stone. Yeah. Drinks coffee, tells everyone it's magic, and goes to normal content creation. You get more percentage in alts? Yeah, but you can leverage more in Bitcoin. So do you actually get more percentage in alts, or are you just diminishing yourself? Oh. Dude? Dude? Really? Guys with points on down are just like beside themselves right now. Dude? Can you not? While we watch. Planetary analysis. Yeah, there you go. Some alts have more potentials than others. Yeah, if they're breaking trend, they're going to go to their range. If the range is bigger, Bitcoin goes to its range. It goes. Bitcoin doesn't follow. So, for example, Bitcoin doesn't follow, oh, it's moving up 1%. Maybe Doge will move up 1%. No, it follows its range. Range. If this so happens to be 25% on Dogecoin, and if Bitcoin goes to this level for its 1%, Doge will go to that same level for 25%. So it's all about the range of the move, right? Check out Wolmi. No. Isn't Wolmi on Uniswap? I checked out Wolmi yesterday. Isn't that like a Uniswap coin? I'm sure it is. Yeah, no. If it doesn't have a USDT pair, I don't care. You're charting it against ETH. Of course it doesn't follow Bitcoin. You're charting it WOMI against ETH value. That's like a, of course it doesn't follow Bitcoin. It's not even the USD pairing. It can't follow it. It's like saying check out the price of bronze versus silver when gold is moving, because gold controls silver. So bronze versus silver, like it's a skewed result. This stream is gold. Mercury in retrograde. Please don't add this. You can still see the candles. You're not doing it right. I know, dude. I know. So let's say, dude, do that. On play, do that. Big Virgo energy. Dude, Virgos are hype. Bob Ross is alive. Yes, man. Addition number 2, to make these as NFTs. Nice, Mafum. Fees on leverage are way more. You make money, lose money. What should you do? So if you're at the point where you make money, lose money, it means you need to work on your execution. That's procedural analysis. That's blueprint. That means you need to identify your spots better. So we could talk about this, actually. I think this is a great topic. People who are in... Okay, the point of trading to becoming a pro is to reduce the amount of money you lose. You'll make more money in your lifetime. What? You'll make... Oh, sorry, I was reading something off screen. You'll make more money in your lifetime by reducing the amounts of times you lose money, more so than the amounts of times that you actually have winning trades. Losing trades is the hardest thing to overcome. You shouldn't focus so much on taking trades that win. Like, of course, this is obvious. This is common sense. You have to be in winning trades to make money. But you're better off being more selective with your trade. So this means you're kind of at an infancy level with trading. It means that, okay, you've gone and you've marked things, and sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. Say you just longed this level. Oh, you were right. Good. You longed the level. And you also have other trades where you have longed this level and you are wrong. So this is an incorrect trade, right? So like if you were to use this as an example, this would be incorrect. It could go much, much deeper in the range. So you could start with this right here. You could even possibly break this down into an even lower time frame and say, okay, well, you could go even greedier right here. This is kind of already tested, so you wouldn't really use this, but you think the ladder is still going to hold. So this level's already tested. So you think the ladder is going to hold somewhere about here. So this wouldn't be a good trade, right? You could see this and you could say, oh, this is already tested. It needs to ladder. It goes to here. It's still laddering from here to here. It's still laddering up, and then it would go from here to here, and so forth and so forth. Then you could follow this trail of moves through, right? So if you took this trade, it would be incorrect, because this would have needed to hold right here, which it tried, and it failed down. So now you're pretty much going to go down deeper into the range. You got to find the greedier part of the range. So you're going to lose money on taking this trade because it was lower than the level, as opposed to finding something, oh, look at that magical ladder point right there. It's so accurate. It's really good, right? So diminishing these losses is more important than focusing on being in more trades. And this is a game of patience. This is a game of patience and knowledge. By getting into more trades actively, if you find yourself losing money sometimes and winning money sometimes, kind of being in this spot where your count kind of goes like this all the time, just push and pull, you're simply not being greedy enough in your charts, and you're simply using the wrong levels. Because it shouldn't be this thing where you take 100 trades, right, and your right to wrong ratio is like 60-40, and your account ends up relatively even. You'd be way better off taking 20 trades with like 15 correct trades and 5 incorrect trades, or even skewed even further into that direction. Like, this is the right way to do it, this is wrong. this is like showing you that you're being impatient on trades and you're not picking the right spots. You should be actively getting into less trades with a higher accuracy. Because the reality is the greediest levels get hit way more infrequently. Makes it tougher to scalp, correct, but that's when you need to be a better trader to be into more trades. And instead of, you know, you start here 100 trades and you're at this like 60-40 thing and it's like, oh, I'm doing so good. No, you're not. And then you're here at 20 and you're like 15 over 5 losses, right? Like this. As you get better, you take this formula and increase it, and now you're at 30. So you're getting better as a trader when you're doing this, you know, 24 and 6, right? And then you get even better, and then you can increase this to 35. That's the correct cue of how you become a professional trader. Not increasing the amount of trades you take, increasing the quality of trades you take, not increasing the raw amount. Raw amounts don't do anything other than forefront your impatience, because polarity only gets hit in specific moments. It's not like polarity is happening all the time, every day, right? And there's more money to be made in polarity than forcing scalps all day long. Forcing scalps is just like an impatience thing. Pseudo trend, fake news. Fake news or secret. Study the fundamentals. That's incorrect. You definitely don't want to be doing that. Studying fundamentals is a sure way to lose money. The spot chart and the perp chart are going to be the same thing. XBT, I wouldn't use XBT. I used to use XBT. BitMEX is no longer leading the charge. Finances. How did I manage between making content and trading? Well, I had money saved up. I lived on savings, and I used to sell courses. I don't sell courses anymore. Did NKLA hit a hold level? We haven't gone into stocks. We're going to go into stocks real soon. I'm just waiting to see if Bitcoin hits this. Such a stupid he was, yeah. $40K is more than my annual income. Good thing about day trading is you don't really have an income cap. You have no income cap. That's constantly changing. Shinikata, that's comparative analysis. That's a higher level of technicals, obviously. Rip my up prediction, not yet. That level is near perfect. Yep. It's part of the move. That's why I used it. I don't have friends in real life, dude. I don't. I moved across the country and I don't know anybody who lives by me. I've always been creative. Do I like being creative now? I've always been creative. I have a very whimsical personality. I'm Irish. I was always tell people like I was raised on tarot cards, candies, and the gods, Viking gods. It's like how my upbringing was, right? So I don't know, whimsical human being. Very artistic as well, and I see day trading as very artistic as well. Range correlation is something I trade as well. Yeah, absolutely. Tips on how to find stocks. No tips on finding them. Just, I mean, I guess it depends what you mean by stocks. You can just trade. Like, okay, so what I would do, yeah, I got you, man. What I would do is I would find the moves with the biggest range gaps in them. Like, I'm assuming Doge would have like a massive range gap just because of how much it moved up. I would find the things with the big range gaps. Like if we were about to go to the daily in Bitcoin, right? If we do go to that daily, you've got 32% now. Like that's to this daily right here. So if you go to the daily on here and then just measure that against the other ones to find out which is the highest range. Like maybe VET has 40%. I don't know. Let's not use VET because we have our secret stuff on there. Let's use like ADA. That same daily range. Oh yeah, it's okay. It's right there. This is 19%. So obviously you have a better choice with Doge there. And it's going to follow Bitcoin anyways. So when you're ready to make that move, what you would do is you would just simply find the one with the biggest gap in the range. That's the way you do it. Explain why that was a buy level. New. It's simply just a level I picked for the simply just a level I picked for the range of the move. That's not a buying spot. Although this is something that needs to hold the move, that's why I picked it. It's kind of like represents the move breaking down a little more or not. Dollar saved is dollar earned. Yep. I don't know if a screening tool is really going to do anything for you. There it is. Let's go to predictions. Choose outcome. Down. Complete prediction. There we go. 60k channel points. The level can still hold, by the way. But it got hit. Fair is fair. Finance ban in Ontario? Yes, I did. I don't think it's going to affect any other parts of Canada. This is the same thing that happened in the poker world back in 2011. They banned poker, you know, in certain states, but well, actually, it was banned all across the U.S. But then certain states unbanned it, and you know, the thing about Ontario is crypto is a utopia in Toronto. Like Toronto is a major hub for crypto all over the world. This is something that the Ontario province has taken a stance against, but by no means are the other provinces going to all of a sudden just agree with Ontario's ruling and say like, oh yeah, you know, this doesn't make sense, let's just ban crypto everywhere. Like, it's still a good source of revenue. It's just that there's a lot of, it goes into a very deep conversation around taxation, what the government's obligated to pay. Like the Ontario government is probably bleeding money out of their eyeballs from crypto trading because Toronto is such a hub, because there's so many institutional level things going on in Ontario, in Toronto specifically, because it's such a massive hub. You have a lot of the business level crypto going on there. That's not the case for the rest of Canada. I would be shocked if this isn't localized to Ontario. So what I'm saying is that I do believe that, and for no other reason than just a good guess and the knowledge of my own brain in the crypto world, I don't think it's going to hit anywhere else in Canada. This is probably going to be an Ontario specific thing only. And Binance is probably already creating Binance Canada as a platform. In case, like they have Binance US, they're going to have Binance UK, and they're probably making Binance Canada. Is it necessary to trade daily? No. Salate has a good point. My video on scanning the markets and FOT is a good one. Yep, absolutely. No, it was a real level. It's just not something I would buy, Larkin. Just joined. What's up, Triple V? In my country, nobody looks at the charts of our currency dollar, but it still follows technicals to the T. How and why? Because institutional traders are controlling it, dude. It's not manipulation. Don't mistake that word control for manipulation. People with big money know the same science, and they use it to extrapolate the most out of the markets. You mark the same level as me? F yeah? Yeah, dude. I could F up Elon. Dude, I would never want to mess up Elon. I don't know why everybody hates on Elon Musk, dude. The guy's a G. You know the thing about Elon that everybody refuses to see is the guy has made some badass trades. Like he bought Bitcoin and it pumped, and then he sold and it dumped, and he bought and it pumped. Everybody's like, oh, Elon's manipulating the market. It's so crazy. Not at all. Not at all. He's actually just making badass trades, to be honest with you. He's working with a really good trader and nobody knows it. And he's making some badass trades. I respect him for the trades he's making. I don't give a shit what he does to the markets. Why would anybody? Unless you're hodled into Bitcoin to the point where you think you're so brain lapsed, you're so Scully and molded out of your mind that you're sitting there thinking Elon has anything to do with the price of Bitcoin. You're so far gone. You've X-filed yourself. Like you're so done, dude. I don't know why anybody hates on Elon. Dude, guy's just making badass trades. I'm in Canada. I'm not in any states. Sad, no friends. Yeah, Sag, dude. Big Sag. Should I end my college education and trade? I don't think so, dude. I'm not saying trading isn't profitable, but you know, I went to university for 11 years. The thing about school is it teaches you to think. What's your zodiac? Taurus. Taurus the bull. Lost all my friends when I had a kid. Totally worth it. Couldn't agree more. 100%. Spot trends, lose friends. Dude, that's an awesome saying. Spot trends, lose friends. Just joined the expert tier and catching up with the content. Barely slept yesterday, but the best decision of my life. Dude, Ace, I'm so happy to hear that, man. Everybody who's been joining the expert tier has just been loving it, which is so great. You don't have time for friends. Me as a mom of 3 kids, I spend all my free time studying trading. When you're over 30, more important your family than your friends. Couldn't agree more, Caitlin. It's just that time with your kids. Every time they make me smile, it's like getting 100x long on like 50%. It's just your kids will always come before everything. Like before everything in my life, my kids first, wife second, career third. Like I couldn't agree more. And then somewhere down the line, if you have time for it, it's like vehicle, hobbies, friends in rotation to whatever you feel like in that moment. And if none of that ever happens, the vehicle, hobbies, friends, and any of that stuff doesn't happen, it's like, oh well, no loss. Because the other stuff you focus on is so much more important anyways. I must have some of that Irish DNA too. Good to hear day trading can be viewed as artistic. It's completely artistic. The thing about day trading is we have blank canvases. You're like graffiti artists, right? You have a blank canvas, and if your graffiti is good enough, you get paid money. And in our case, we get paid really good money when our graffiti is good. Your chart is a blank canvas. It's up to you to make the decisions, right? It's an art. Having like a master's in economy and all this stuff, that doesn't help it doesn't help you trading at all. It won't help you at all in trading. Congrats to the down gang. You won all the way and you took the long. Let's go. What is it so far? It's not much, but it's, you know, it's growing. It's like slowly stabilizing. You know, right now it has to break over this little 1 minute here. So this is holding it back. If it breaks over this, it can go attack a higher valley. I don't think it's quite there yet. You have to hold this. Like this is a little risque, if you know what I mean. This is a risky trade. But if it breaks over that, you're fine. What is a little risque? For sure. Let's go to the 5 here. It's the best trend we have. Actually did that wrong. You have to adapt it on the lower time frame. So you're right here. You can hold this against that. That's what's controlling the move right now. It's the move controllers. Unless I missed something else, but I don't think so. I mean, sure, you have a break here as well. That's already tested. So then, actually, no, this is it. Potentially hold this and you can... Yeah, you could potentially backtest this, hold it, move up. So that's what it's doing right now. Backtest this, hold it, move up. Start getting above this right here and you're in good shape. Start getting above this and you're in really good shape to break the move. Because now you have a new level forming that can hold you. So it's like having a compounding attack on the move. If you get above it and close, that's the key. Get above it, close, hold this, move's gone up. Aye. Screw you, balls. Chart fluency, risk management, tax avoidance, not evasion are the cap of my income. How about you guys? Mostly winning, randomly, quick, long, short. To be fair, you're probably better off than most fundamental analysis traders by using that strategy. Any suggestion for a better exchange currently on Binance? No, no suggestion. No current suggestion. I don't advocate for exchanges. I constantly get asked to do sponsorships and, you know, to go and promote this exchange or that exchange. I've been contacted by them all, and I just don't advocate for other exchanges. I just talk about my real experiences and what I have in terms of what I've experienced in these markets. And for me, Binance is the best. It used to be MEX, now it's Binance. As bad as the exchanges all are, this is what I use, and I don't advocate on behalf of other exchanges. I don't do sponsorships on them. I don't do referral links, nothing like that. So I actually don't have an opinion on the other exchanges other than you should use Binance if you can. That's my opinion. And if you're not using Binance, I would maybe look at FTX. Maybe. I know nothing about them. I've heard good things, but that doesn't mean anything. I would maybe look at FTX and I'd maybe look at OKX, but again, specifically just because I've heard. Take that for what it's worth. There's no way to predict whatever that those tried to end up bankrupt. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, no comment. Absolutely good practice, XRP. I always do this. I'm constantly just deleting levels, and I'm constantly doing that. Constantly going from zero on my charts. Merch much? I know. That's another great merch thing. Can't wait till I can drop out of college. Well, I wouldn't advocate you drop out of college, but I do think that, you know, if your expectation from college, if you know you're going to be a day trader, you'll have really good life value staying in school, which I'm a huge fan of. The expert tier recaps are nuts. The expert tier is just like tenfold. Elon's new school system, Astronova, I have not. What's that all about? What is Astronova? Tywin Lannister quotes, dude. It's the family name that lives on. It's all that lives on. Not your honor, not your personal glory. Family. Tywin Lannister, dude. Lannister quotes for sure, dude. I ever chart NQ? I do. I do chart NQ. It's been a while. NQ1, E-minis. Ooh, man, it's been a while. I don't even know if I have levels on here. I must. Like, it's been a while. I don't know what my NQ chart is, but yeah, it's been a while. This was the last time I would have done it. Would have been in May, possibly. Like, I haven't charted NQ1 in a while. Like, so I did this back in like the beginning of last year, and because I think this was for a student, so I always just leave this chart because it's like I haven't touched it. And you see, I even have a little thing here that I want to delete because it annoys me, but I just kind of leave it. This would have been for a student or for a company. Back 2019, yeah, I would have still been doing company stuff then. So this would have been for a student or a company. It simply hits its level, right? Like, moves up. Whatever I've done here has been recent. I'm not really even sure what this is from. I rarely touch this. Whatever this is from, I'm not even sure. I kind of want to watch Bitcoin right now, but yeah, I do touch NQ sometimes. Still laddering its move. It really has to just hold trend. If it can't hold this trend, it's gone. $19 difference. Jesus, dude. Or 1%, 1.9 cents. I'm not sure. Levelize it's made. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe yes, maybe no. Graffiti artists make bank, do they? I think that depends where you live. I think in somewhere like New York City, graffiti artists would make bank for sure. Art students now get hired for being pros in the medium of spray paint, put up as high ends or fake graffiti. So the art form has been kind of destroyed as it all got turned into a profit machine, like everything in this world. So this would be specific to like New York and maybe San Francisco, like California, New York. Most places in the world, it's not like that. Bybit works too. I don't know about Bybit. I've heard a lot of sinister things about them. Lannister never forgets to pay his debt. MESU. Just by reputation. This I haven't charted. So this is kind of like the S&P, right? Well, this would be the same as the S&P. Yeah, S&P 500. Yeah. I mean, you just chart S&P. Like I have an S&P chart. I haven't touched in a while since the beginner's course remastered when I was recording videos on it, but yeah. Well, okay, that's not true. We added this level last week. It's the same chart. You just go and chart SPX. Same thing as like trading Bitcoin on different exchanges like BTC, USDT, or Perp, or on MEX. You know. We're gonna hard close trend and lose a move, or no? What do you guys think? How do companies find me? Yeah, just reputation, just by word of mouth. One company recommends me to another, just word of mouth. Astronova was basically trying to revamp the education system, making problem solving the focus, just solving challenges together and not requiring a set of good answers or tests. Yeah, so this is kind of like a spin on Montessori. So this is just like private education. So Montessori is very much the same thing. Montessori is like private education for children. That's what I'll put my kids in, is Montessori. Taking classes I don't need for my major is so frustrating to me. It can be. It depends on the classes. I think there's different classes that have different values in them for sure. You wouldn't hate it as much if you were just to be able to get straight to your major. What's your major in, JDM? FOT remastered? No. That's too big of a course, dude. Absolutely not. After FOT, go into Blueprint and Mental Analysis Evolved. Montessori online? I'm not sure. Unschooling is the way. I really hate the public school systems. I hate the way the school systems are built. I think they're very non-challenging to children. I think the problem with public schools is this. They were created in a time when it was good to train factory workers. The idea that a child should show up at 9 a.m. or 8:30 or whatever time they're supposed to go to school, work for an hour and a half straight just to get a 15-minute break, just to go back on the line, to be told that you've got half an hour to eat your food and get back on the line again. Like, it's exhaustion of the mind. Dynamic thinking and creative thinking is what births intelligence, not training somebody to be a factory worker by giving them, 10 minutes of error, and then you lock them back in a cage and you make them work for another hour and a half straight. That's not conducive to learning. You'll learn more in intervals of 10 minutes of dynamic, interesting learning. Like, oh, go and do this for 10 minutes. And then, you know, you tell a child, oh, now we're doing this for the next 10 minutes, and it's exciting and challenging. That's when children learn, not when they're doing things in repetition. Repetition doesn't do anything, but repetition is for putting boxes on a conveyor belt, and that's all they do in public schools. So I don't agree with it. I won't put my kids in public school. I think it's a low quality form of education. It's something that was created in the industrial age to create people to work for the industrial age, and it hasn't changed since. Nuve is pumping? Damn. They want you to be a cog in the machine. Yeah, I don't follow F1. I think F1 is cool, but I don't follow it. Major in financial accounting. Okay, that's cool, man. Accounting is a good field for a day trader. So lunch is 30 minutes and then 15-minute breaks for like the recess or whatever. Most of these routines in the industrial age, yeah, it just was meant to teach people how to stay in line and listen. Kids are young. Kids aren't even in school yet. 1-year-old and 3. Let's go to stocks. You know, we haven't done stocks today. People are saying stuff's pumping, like Anuve's pumping and all these things. I want to check out stocks. I haven't done stocks today. I mean, NKLA has been hitting its target over and over and over. Laddering off its target. I don't know. It looks like NKLA might break down a bit and go retest somewhere down on the $14 mark. We'll see. It's still laddering and it still has a range developed, so still has this developed here. There's no real trend here to follow. This is fine. If this holds, it'll break its move and go up to that $24 target. Simple as that. Renova, Nabriva, good. CTRM. Let's go to the 4-hour on these charts right now. We're gonna go to the 4-hour. PDL. PDL is actually breaking its move down again. I still want to see PDL down at 1.27. MJARF. We need to see MJARF down too. We have an order set down here to buy. I won't say where, but down here somewhere. Patriot 1. I want Patriot 1 to break down to 40 cents as well. Numi is holding its move. Okay, that's fine. NVIV still looking like it's going to break down. I mean, NVIV is holding a range right now, but it doesn't look like it's moving up. It's laddering too hard still. Voyager moving down. That's good. That's good. We want ONTX to break down too. These things can have big breakdowns. So we never reached the move on Anuv. That's okay. And Anuv is just testing its range right now. That's fine. Anuv isn't like gone yet or anything like that. You can go to the daily here. So yeah, I mean, this is holding this, right? Trying to hold this backside right here. Even the base of the backside right here. Right, so it's trying to hold its backside. That's fine. Probably going to still move down on Protolabs, but yeah, it could move up there. I don't think so though. Yeah, up moving down still. That's good. Yeah, all these moves are so slow. They're not that slow. It's just that that's, you know, it's like, wow. Can we do something, please? Wirecard. How's Wirecard doing? Still waiting on Wirecard. Gonna hammer through these pretty quick at this point. Really want to see what Bitcoin is doing. I mean, Bitcoin's home for me, right? Like, I love Bitcoin. I love trading Bitcoin. I don't love Bitcoin. I love trading Bitcoin. Just moves so fast and rapid, and there's so much money to make when you're good. When you're good, there's just so much money to make so quickly. I love Bitcoin. I love not having to wait. Really waiting for a big breakdown on Rolls Royce. I don't know if it'll go to $50, but I definitely think it's possible. I mean, I have the level marked there for a reason, right? 23andMe, still want to see this breakdown. I'd like to actually see 23andMe go to a new all-time low. I don't necessarily think holding this, like maybe you hold like 990 on 23andMe would be a decent pickup. AMC still battling with trend. Okay. S4. What's S4 doing? I just hate buying S4. Yeah, I think S4 breaks down. I think it breaks down back to like 2 cents here. Yeah, like rating around here, 1.6. I'm gonna say it's going here. Possibly lower. Possibly 1.26. No. Here. Yeah. 1.6. I think it can still get there. GME. Yeah, GME can suck it. Just need that thing to break down so we can laugh at people some more. JKS just went after its move, right? Like, just simply went after its move. Fine. It's a lot like Bitcoin. Jesus. Tesla still holding trend. Let's check OLE. OEL, whatever this is. Somebody recommended to me. I'm interested in this. I'm interested to pick up at 4 cents. 4 pips? 4 pips. Interested. Not sure, but interested. Flattering the range. Jesus, dude. I saw an RB. What's an RB? Really great look on this topic. It's called The Underground History of the American Education System. Obviously, it's centered around the US, but the underlying principles about the way the education system has been created pretty much meet pretty specific and similar across many different nations. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Johnson & Johnson. I wouldn't touch this thing. No. There's nothing to do with Johnson & Johnson. I wouldn't touch it. Whatever kind of trades you're thinking about getting into, I can promise you it's way too late. Unless it's some crazy short, which would be pretty risky at a point like that. Got a new job. I'm remodeling a house and thieves broke into my trailer, stole all my DeWalt power tools. That's really bad. Like, I worked in construction for a long time, and that stuff's pretty common, which is really, really garbage. It's really crappy that people do that. Crypto ads in F1? Oh boy. I could see that because of where F1 is hosted. How much gap? I don't trade gaps. Gotta go, boss man. See you, massage. They don't attend public school and they don't have a curriculum. I think that's so much better than public school, Queen. I think that's so much better. It's way more conducive. So where can Bitcoin go? Yeah, you know what? You probably go and backtest this 4-hour range down here. I'm not sure yet if you do. We got to look at a lot of things considered. You can actually go a lot deeper into the range. You can actually go all the way down to like 31.6 here. Yeah, you can go down to 31.6 here. I think 31.6 is like pretty okay. You could target this hourly. Alternatively, you could target this. Oh boy, I don't like that. I don't like it. It's not bad actually. Yeah, it's not bad this hourly. I don't like it, but I do like it. How deep in the range can you go? 32.8 is pretty decent. Oh, Bitcoin's holding its level. Okay. I mean, I don't think that's really important right now. There's no buy. I don't think there's a buy here. Yeah, I think 32.8 is okay. Of course, you have to analyze it as it comes, but I think 32.8 is okay. Yeah, what the hell is an RB? RB with a Tezos sponsor? Red Bull? Oh, from F1. Oh, dude. Check where UEC. What is UEC? New all-time low. Demographics of the community. It's worldwide, dude. The demographics of the community are just all over the globe. I don't think there's one primary demographic. It's very split. Do not have an open trade for BTC right now. I don't typically share my trading revenues and losses with the world. It's no good can come out of that. Alpha. I'll just say 6 figures or more. 33,315. Yeah, no good can come out of sharing your finances with people. Kind of just like a good rule of thumb in life. If no good can come out of it, why do it? Right? People ask all the time, oh, show me your P&L. Nope. Definitely not. I don't see why that's important for you to see. It's like, oh, okay. Nope. If no good can come out of it, why do it? Just good rule of life to live by, especially when you're in the public side. But alts are pumping? Not sure, man. Probably none right now. Bitcoin just looks like it's breaking down still. I don't know about it holding a move here. Damn, though, 88 down. Moved up 30% from yesterday. That's too bad. I was looking for a spot on 88 down, but much lower, actually. Yesterday, 88 down. I was looking at a spot down at 280, so I was all the way down here. But like this thing held, and it's, you know, relentless now. 30% already. Crazy. P&L, that's definitely a creepy thing to ask your trader. Well, like a lot of people are like, show me your P&L. And then here's the thing. A lot of people use that as validation to know if a trader is good or not. P&L. In the corporate world, they ask for strike rate. So you'll be asked to show a sample of your strike rate, or actually just your trades with a strike rate attached, because it shows how many accurate or non-accurate trades are. So, you know, people who are not at that corporate level, who are just like normal human beings, they say, oh, show me your P&L. And if you had something like, oh, $2 million P&L, 30 days, you could be in one options call that you just put 50K on. Like you could be in a single options call and you could have slung 50K in it, and it just ended up going your way based on luck because you did like a fundamental analysis. And then all of a sudden they'll fall. You could have tens and hundreds of thousands of people follow you, and you like literally know nothing. You know dog shit for trading. And it's like you could show a P&L of something, of a snapshot of something, and it's like, oh yeah, I made $2 million this year, and it's like one options trade. And then people will just be like so dumb, blindly ready to follow that. They're like, oh, they make P&Ls big, they must be crazy good. It's such a low quality take because you're using your money, and it's like that's all that convinces you. It's just such a low quality take. And then people lose money and they wonder why. They're like, oh, I followed this guy, he showed me his P&L. Well, hello, like you know what I mean? It's like, what happened? Like, why would you follow somebody based on P&L? That's so stupid. Strike rate I could understand, but nobody asks for strike rate. That's something corporations ask, where they're like, oh, show us your strike rate. So then you have to provide a sample of, you know, 1,000 trades and the strike rate, which is how many trades were profitable versus loss, because they don't care about your P&L. They care about strike rates, right? So that's like an immediate thing where you can tell if somebody has experience in the markets or not. If they say, oh, I'll show you my P&L, yeah, they don't know what they're doing. If they tell you they're going to show you their strike rate, it means that they've dealt with companies before. Oh, I'll show you my strike rate. Oh, okay. So you've dealt with companies, you understand what a strike rate is. Okay. But P&L, it's like, yeah, okay, well, show me your P&L. You made $2 million this year? Well, you got my money. I'll follow you. Oh, okay. Go put it all options trade on Tesla right now. Like, it's like, okay, dude. And then people wonder why they lose money. It's like, oh, well, you asked for a P&L. That's why you lost money. You're dumb. It's like, okay, man. It's just such a funny way to ask. Like, people put so much emphasis on P&L, but P&L means nothing. It's all about your strike rate, not your P&L. P&L means nothing. P&L could be just like, P&L is profit and loss. You're bad, you pumped it yesterday. God damn it, Vane. Can you like stop sniping my calls, please? Bumping these things? Dude, it's enough that I have to deal with other whales in the market. Now I got you on my back. Man, chill out. Think it's a good time to trade alt right now? I would wait for a lower range. Gonna homeschool my kids? Maybe. I've thought about it. You hand over Dance deal to him. Shinakaka, thanks for the sub. Much appreciated. Anybody who has Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, if you haven't used them, I would appreciate it. It helps me stay here every day. Joining Discord tomorrow. Yay, nice, dude. 1 minute can tell you only certain things. Why companies approach day traders? What do you mean? Why do they approach day traders? Because they want to make money. I'm proud of myself. 34,065. Oh, dude. Nice one. I hope it pumps for you and this trend doesn't hold it back. Although it doesn't look like trend is holding it back. It looks like it's trying to break trend. Nice one, man. No, P&L on Binance is so messed up. It's not even funny. P&L on Binance is absolutely cooked. I don't think there's anything wrong with homeschooling. I think homeschooling is the way to go. I've talked to my wife about this all the time. I will not put my kids in public school. I would rather homeschool them. It's just I don't know if I have time to do that. But I think homeschooling, I think nature school, homeschooling, and private schooling is the way to go. And I'm a big fan of nature schooling. I think it teaches you math outside the box and it teaches you how to problem solve outside the box. First choice for me would be nature school. Second would be like a private like Montessori or something like that. I'm going to teach my kids how to surpass me in the trading world. They're going to continue my work for sure. As long as they want to. Still on stock screen? Oh, good call. Jesus. Liquid cat sub. Thanks. No, my wife doesn't work. We work together doing this. Like she works, yes, with me. Like we work together. Socialization. Who cares about socialization, dude? Why? So you can be good at parties? Where's that going to get you at life? It's not 1990 or 2005 anymore. Nobody cares about socialization. Seriously. Burrito just subbed. Thank you. Burrito, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Burrito. You're muted? I'm not muted. I don't know. Who cares about socialization in this day and age? Everything is done on the computer anyways. In 50 years, we're all going to be on spaceships going to different planets. Like you're going to be isolated in a little room while you're traveling 10 years in space anyways. So who gives a shit about socialization? Buy a plant if you want to socialize. Talk to it. Nobody cares about socialization anymore. No, I shouldn't say that. I'm making it like demonized. I'm not demonizing socializing. It's important. It's important to have life skills and be able to talk to people and do these things. I think it's cool. That's good. It's a different skill. It's just not it's more of a hobbying skill. Like it's something you would say, oh, I like to have hobbies. I need to be social. It's a hobbying skill, right? In life, you should focus on family and career, and your hobbies and socialization, things like that come when and if you have the time. Oh, I was doing nothing but studying in college. I never partied. Maybe for like 2 years when I was 21, but that's it. Multiplayer games is enough socialization. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. Buy a plant. Having relationships is very important, though. It develops people, for sure. It develops your EQ. But socialization is something that should come later in life. And in the chain of importance, it should be like family, career, socialization. And typically family and career eat up 95% of your time anyway. So if you have a big push to develop the social side of yourself, then you're pushing that 5%. So every hour you spend, it's like you're really only spending 5 minutes, right? Or 7 minutes, or whatever 5% is. I don't even know. 5% of 60. It's like 6 minutes, right? 6x. So I don't know. I don't think it's a good use of time, but it's not useless. It's just, you know, your family, the people who are close to you, like family, love, career. Those are where your focuses should be. And if you don't have a family, you should build your career so that if you ever change your mind on wanting a family, you're set, right? Your career should come first when you don't have a family. And then when you have a family, there's a time to make a shift. When you have just a wife and no kids, then, you know, there's a small shift that happens. And when you start to have kids, there's a large shift as to where, you know, family should definitely take over your career. But that doesn't mean your career suffers and it goes on the back burner. It just means you have to be smarter and use your time better, because your time is, why not 33, 33, 33? I'd teach their own, man. Everybody's going to have their own way they prioritize things. If you think partying is more important than making money, go party. It's, some people make money only so they can party. That's the life of a rock star. All they do is make money so they can party, right? Like, I mean, it just depends on your priorities, right? What kind of plant? A fern. Absolutely a fern. They grow like crazy, and especially when you talk to them, they're good. They can live in the dark, so you can put them in a dark room with you. Like, you want to go live in a closet, you can go live in a closet with your fern, because they grow in the dark. All you have to do is water it and talk to it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need sunlight. Just like you, it doesn't need sunlight. Fucking sit in internet connection, closet, chair, fern. There it is. Formula of success 101 cotton, butterfly effect 2. Seriously, get a fern, dude. It can live in the dark. I have like three friends. They're the only people I care about other than my family. Yeah, I mean, friends are important in life. I decided I wanted to be a full-time trader when poker shut down. I needed to make money for tuition. Poker shut down. I used to be a pro poker player. That's a pretty stigmatized way to look at it. Poverty. Today's women are not good for family. Just sounds like your taste is not good for what your expectations are. To say that all women are like that was pretty low quality take. So let's say they did have a high body count. Like, they sleep with a lot of guys. Don't guys do the same thing? Isn't that just a double standard? I, for one, would prefer somebody who's rode their bicycle a little bit, because then they have skills, if you know what I mean. So this kind of feels like a double standard. I, for one, prefer bicycle riders over non-bicycle riders. So then that's where I sit on that topic. You missed the hype train. Oh, damn, dude. All good. Hype train is there. It comes and goes. No pun intended. That's because all men are not like men should be. I agree with that. You know, without getting into a big debate about things, I think men do need to do a better job of stepping up. I have been around a lot of guys that have really low takes on everything in life and just really complacent attitudes, and it's just like, well, how come you're so complacent yet I can do this? How come I can do this but you can't? How come women aren't allowed to do this but you are? Just a lot of complacency and low quality thinking, you know what I mean? Having a high body count is my preferred medicine. Like, what's your real name? Cotton Candy T.A. Candy middle name, T.A. last name. You're asking your mom what's the best friend to get right now? The kind that's been on a bicycle. A cactus would be cool too, yeah. What's the biggest lessons my kids have taught me? Oh man, that's a good question. Damn, Beck's going deep. Best lesson my kids have taught me. I want to say patience, but I already knew they would teach me that. So I grew up helping my family raise children. So from a young age, I understood what it was to be looking after children. The best thing they've taught me is that time is too valuable. I already knew this, but they prove it every day. That the time that I use on work and things like that, is like too valuable to waste. So now it drives me to work faster, harder, better, so I have more time for them. So the value of time is the best lesson they've taught me, because I know every moment is one I won't get back. By socializing, I mean having the tact to navigate your way around different kinds of people and circumstances. It is amongst the highest predictors of future success. Based on what, though? More so even money, degrees, or grades? I don't agree with that. I think this may in the past have been one of the highest predictors, but you're talking about something they've probably figured out back in 2010 before the world changed from COVID and everything got digitalized. And it's not to say that, oh, COVID's going to go away and the world will go back to the way it was. No, this is just a natural path humans have been going on. This distancing that we have between people and the reliance on technology, socialism does nothing for you there. Ever go to a WSOP? Yes, I have. Skills. I have good skills on the charts. I have good skills in other places. I like people with good skills. What do you want? I love you, Cotton. Okay, let's get married. Me and Mom play. The wedding is soon. Highly skilled. Oh, I'm on play. Yep. You've got competition. Just kidding. Men want to go 50-50 these days. I think that's weird. I would also agree with that's a weird take. I think men still need to be gentlemen. You're totally available for adoption. I can be a full-time child. I eat vegetables. I don't cry. I do all my homework on time. Even have BP level knowledge. Nice. Noted. How was the time allocation for trading and architecture and campus? So I studied a lot because my course load was massive, and any second I didn't have studying, I was playing poker, making money, and then they shut poker down. They transformed this into a dating channel. We're gonna hook up everybody. We're gonna have day traders dating day traders here. It's gonna be you know, I saw actually a promo. There's a reality TV show. It's really effed up. I saw it and I was like, man, they've gone too far. This is it. I need to watch this just because it's called what's it, Below the Deck, I think, or Below Sea Level. Anyways, it's a bunch of like whatever 20-year-olds dating show, and they put them all on a boat, and like the name of the show is like whatever happens below the deck, or like below sea level, or some shit like that. It's below something. I'm pretty sure it's like Below the Deck. It's like the name of the show. I'm pretty sure it's called Below the Deck. It's like, oh, whatever happens below the deck, you know. It's like all fun up top, and then you get below the deck and it's all chilled out. We're going to do the day trading version of that. It's going to be behind the levels, behind the charts, something like this. I worry about disease, so I prefer low body counts. I like taking risks in life. I'm the kind of person that if I crash with my helmet on, I'm going to get right back on that bike. And if I crash again, oh, well, I crash again. That's throw caution to the wind. I'm Irish. We live on tarot cards and mint candies, like mint candies and bicycles. That's a good way to sum up Irish people. So yeah, I'd rather ride a bicycle, crash, and yeah, so be it. I break a few bones. Bones can heal. We're obviously talking about a lot in that sentence, but yeah, you know. I'm not a bicycle rider yet, though. I'll get on it. Crash on Cotton, Mom play back off. Uh-oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. Trading 3x cross margin. I'm curious about options. Are they worth getting into? So options are much like contracts, right? Options are using a form of leverage. So trade ship from day traders for day traders. Oh my God, Dragon just found it. Trade ship, and you even have the slogan from day traders for day traders. 100%. I vote yes on this. Date this. That would be cool. You match people based on their PNL, so they can learn to be better traders together, and then you have the winner based on PNL. You match people's PNL, forget strike rates, you match them based on PNL, and then you see how far they can go. Swipe up green, swipe down green. Oh man. Three sweet levels, which BTC can drop 4 hour, 1 hour, 15. Yeah, I mean, I would go for one of the greedier levels here. UMass book on decision making, go through it real quick. Jacksepticeye. He's a YouTuber, right? Isn't he that young kid who's a YouTuber? Jackseptic. He's got like blonde curly hair. I think that's who that is. No, that's not. Oh, that's somebody else. Oh yeah, I know who this guy is. Yeah, he's a YouTuber. I know who he is. A pretty good one from what I know, actually, for YouTubers. Jack. Oh yeah, of course, he's huge. Jack. Yeah, I know who this is, dude. But because I only look at trending videos, sometimes I get names mixed up. But I know who he is. Yeah, he's awesome. He's a great. I've seen some of his videos. He's awesome. Bones be healing. Oh boy. Bones can heal. I see what you did there. No comment. Date trade. The Tinder of traders. That would be so cool. So would you just show like your trades, like a good trade? Like if you had P&L, would you just put your P&L up? It's always interesting hearing your take. Yeah, I think, you know what, I think men and women, it's I still think it's very archaic. I think it's archaic in a lot of ways. I think both sides actually have a side to play in it. I think men need to evolve, and I think women need to evolve as well. But they have different ways that they need to evolve. And I think, unfortunately, it's just what society does. Hey, Jackseptic has a coffee company. Dude, I have his YouTube page up and I just saw that. I think it's, yeah, it definitely has... Yeah, I think both sides need to evolve a bit. Jackseptic is Irish too? Oh, that's so sweet. Damn. Literally drain the markets like Bonnie and Clyde. Drive off a cliff after. No, that's what Butterfly Effect is going to do to the world. You've been listening and laughing out loud, King Dolphin. That's good. Thank your mod for letting me say chastity. Actually, I did that. JCap is asleep right now. Inverse origin. So this would be, well, we don't have any inverse origins on our screen, but you would be in Future of Trading to find origins, inverses, and Butterfly Effect. No indicator junkies, please. Questions to ask on a first date. Well, this is also very wholesome now. When am I buying that island? I guess we have some contestants for names of the island now too, right? Dating trade science is interesting. You get matched if you have the same hold level marked. That's cool. I would like that. I look Romanian. I can promise you I'm not. I think above everything is just being matched with somebody who is willing to evolve with you. I think that's the biggest, most important thing of any relationship. Often, like, every relationship goes through this, where sometimes people get together when they're 15, sometimes when they're 25, sometimes when they're 35, 45. It doesn't matter. And people change over time. So when people change, and everybody does this at every stage of life, there's no point where in a 10-year span people aren't changing and evolving. So I think the most important thing is somebody who's able to evolve with you, because that creates a rift in relationships. Imagine being two 15-year-old kids who are high school lovers, and you guys are 35. People change. People evolve. People's expectations, what they want in life, change. What you want when you're 20 changes when you're 30, changes when you're 40. So being able to evolve with somebody, I think, is crucial. And even more crucial than that, being able to evolve with somebody who's willing to push that bound, because you can only evolve as much as you're allowed to evolve, as much as you allow yourself to evolve, and as much as your partner allows you to evolve. So if you're evolving at a high rate and your partner isn't, but you stay for love or whatever reason you stay for, because, you know, bicycles or love or whatever reason you stay for, it caps your growth. So as human beings, we evolve too. So I think this is the most important thing. I think everybody goes on a path of evolution, and everybody's going to be at different stages throughout their lives, but somebody who can evolve with you and who can grow with you in the ways that doesn't put a cap on what you really want in life, I think that's the most important thing. Gentilian feel Locke. Yeah, Pillion Locke. I don't know Kurganov and Bori, but Tillian Locke for sure. We met in the club, believe it or not. Brevity on point there, just verbalize what I've been saying in many words. Brevity 101. Both growing in the right direction. It's so crucial. It's the worst when one person wants to evolve or is evolving, and that gets stonewalled by somebody who's stuck. Then you have a responsibility to help them as their partner. And if they can't be helped, then there's a serious flaw there that can't really be fixed, right? But don't mistake growth, because you know what? A lot of times I see this where, you know, two people are together. One is growing at such a fast rate and their growth is limited. The other person is growing too, but you know, one person is growing 10 points and the other person's growing 4 points, means the person who's supposed to grow 10 points only ends up growing 7, right? That's probably the most important thing. Bicycles are love merch much. There's so much merch. Like I'm falling in love with the saying merch much. How do you manage to stay faithful? Well, why wouldn't you? What makes you unfaithful, I think, is the more relevant question. You a good dancer, Cotton? I used to be. Men should focus on one thing, and that's to enjoy life. Women should focus on a broad, little dally things which supports together life. I have no idea. Look into it. I don't read too much anymore, but I'll take your word. You got to realize I was raised in a world of psychology. I've read thousands of books in my life. I was kind of booked out, to be honest. It's just kind of a fresh take on old things. Sounds like a good read though, Phasix. How do you deal with the thoughts and urges? Aren't they natural? Have an open relationship. Be married with an open relationship. You're not getting something in your sex life that you need to get. Explore. I don't know. Do like bondage, open relationship. Just start exploring shit, man. How do you deal with it? Just explore. Find the excitement in sex. Honestly. Find the satisfaction in exploring. That's the only thing you can do. Because we're waiting for you to start the merch line. Everyone do the range. I'll make up some pretty crazy TA dance moves. Okay, we're learning about charts. Con is not only master of the chart. People are too close-minded when it comes to sex. That's like a debilitator in my opinion. Prep sandwiches now. Whose name he mentioned? Oh god, I don't even know. What are we talking about, Kishab? I think this is a maturity thing, Derek. I think everybody's different here. I think while these things may be true for some, it can't be true for everybody. Everyone's binary thinking is showing. Burn in a leather harness and a whip. Bendy has the right idea. Bitcoin's just trying to hold its move. I mean, it's just creating a range. It's just laddering off the base of this. Higher time frame wise, maybe it's trying to create a range. Something like this, maybe. Would have been here. Would have been here, right? Right there. Breaks, goes down to right here. Holding these. The Bitcoin is trying to hold this. Trying to develop a range right now. Go to church? No, God, no. I'm not a church person at all. Definitely not. No. Closest form of church I go to is my mini bar brick wall. That's my church. Pray in front of my wine cooler. Go in the hot tub for my baptism after I hit the temple, if you know what I mean. Just kidding. Obviously that's a little over the top, but okay, let's rewind that comment. Let's not say that out loud ever again. No, I'm not religious, man. I'm spiritual. I'm very spiritual. I believe in a higher power. I don't know what it is. I don't care to tie myself to religion. I care about the spiritualism in life. I care about the journey. I care about the path, and I believe in past lives, and I believe in spiritualism. I believe there's something greater out there that nobody really knows. I think the idea that a 2,000-year-old book created by archaic minds has values in today's world, I think that's a crazy thought. I think a bunch of misers creating some story, I think to me that's a crazy thought. But hey, religion is religion. People want to believe it, they're welcome to. I believe in spirituality. It's very much the same thing. Everybody believes there's some other higher power dictating us out there. So I believe in spirituality. I believe in energy and souls. But I think the idea of the Bible is insane. I think misers from 2,000 years ago who created a story like, oh, Noah's Ark, it's another crazy story. It's like, yeah, man, sea levels rise and fall. Isn't there in countries all across the world points where the coast comes in or the tide comes in? And there's like roads that people drive down, and they drive down this road, but when the tide comes in, the road is completely gone. So like Noah's Ark, this time old story, couldn't that just be some old man who was like, I've seen this before, I'm gonna make a path, and he's probably juiced out on opioids and mushrooms or whatever, and then the tide goes away and he walks his goat across. It's like Noah's Ark. It's like I think these misers back in the day created this crazy book, and people have believed it for so long. I think that's insane. I think the idea of the Bible is crazy. Believing in things that people talked about 2,000 years ago, like they still have some kind of relevance, of divine purpose. That's just my take on it. I'm not a church person. I believe in the same thing, just in a different way. I believe we have a higher power, which is kind of the teachings of the Bible, and you know, to be a good human being and this and that. But I don't think a 2,000-year-old book has any relevance to me. No books really have a relevance to me. Private lessons, no, not anymore. No. I like Queen's take on this. One person doesn't have to do all the work. Equal share of responsibilities. So this is a problem that men have. If men are making all the money and a woman is staying home to take care of the house and the family, that's equally as much work. Have you ever tried taking care of kids, making supper, brushing their teeth, changing diapers, and keeping a house clean? You know how fucking hard that is? God damn. So this is like a point that I think a lot of men get mistaken. It's like, oh, I make the money, so I am the better. No. You have no clue how hard it is to raise a house, like, or to keep a house in order, like that. And then, so fine, nobody keeps a house in order. Everybody goes to work. You make double the income. Then your kids are shit. So what's more important to you, your kids or your money? Then it just speaks volumes to who you are as a human being. So I think this is something that men need to realign their minds a little bit on, because raising a household and taking care of a household is just as much work as having a full-time career. You think the Bible is preventing people from shooting each other in the face? Oh boy. Fractals and higher power. The voices Kant uses. I just think the values in the Bible speak to people, not the stories themselves. I think when people get too tied to the stories, they don't see the values of the Bible. And I don't follow the Bible at all. I've never read it, never wanted to read it, never will read it. But I do believe it has life value, which is the key takeaway, right? First person I ever showed my science to? Oh God, I don't even know. Great question. God, I don't even know. Probably someone in my work world. Hell yes, thank you. It can never truly be 50-50 in that aspect. It's just so skewed that people who make money think that they're like the factor. It's like it takes two. But let's not able an entire world full of individuals and expect everyone to fall near these categories. Yeah, it's true. Not everybody will. $0.02. Oh God. 2 cents on XRP, less than 2 cents. Yeah, 2 cents, dude. That sucks, man. Oh, I have no I have no care to know Phasix. I don't this it means zero to me to learn the whys about these things. It means zero to me to understand it or to take any value out of it. I don't follow it, and it's just that's it. The talk about religion is one that I have my opinion on, and outside of that I don't care about what anybody else has to say about religion because it's just not something I care about. My religion is my charts, dude. That's the religion I care about, my charts. I'm sure there's lots of valuable lessons in the Bible. I just don't care, to be honest. Best life advice I ever got. I don't know, actually. Maybe do what you, this is a common one. Do what you love and you'll be rich at it. Not do what you don't do something to make money. Do something because you love it and the money will come. Diving Eagle. Everyone has a point of reference, some type of philosophy. I agree with this. For some people it's Marxism. For others it's Buddhism, etc. Good, bad. Just take the good and throw away the bad. I agree with that. It's just like everybody has their own value out of it. Borat, brilliant film. People read way too much into all this stuff. Hey, 100 bits. Thanks, man. People read way too much into all this stuff. It's whatever value it is for you, just accept that value and that's it. Pushing it onto others is like such a ignorant take. That's the thing about anything with religion. Believe whatever you want to believe because you have yourself to answer to. The second you start trying to convince others, you're just kind of like, you've already lost. You're trying to like force your opinions on other people. You've already lost. You just, the only value people get out of religion is whatever self-value it gives. Imagine you're in 2012. A is just trends and indicators. One morning, your friend comes to you and you crack the market. Just imagine his face when he hears about Pandora's box. If you could only read between the lines in beginner's course. Sound scared you? Think you got licked? Uh-oh. Conor McGregor versus, I didn't even know he was fighting again. Are you excited? I am now. I don't even know who Poirier is. I don't follow it, dude. I don't follow fighting at all. I don't have time for that stuff. Yes, I'm excited. I just heard about it. I'm very excited. 2 minutes and we're getting off. I'm running through stocks again, and we're getting off. I don't know. The whole religion talk is always, a sour point for some people, but I just have my opinion. I just don't care about religion. Simple as that. I suppose if I'm damned, I'll be damned. And then, it is what it is. But I just think people take it way too personal. I think people just focus on growing yourself, and if that's through whatever channel it has to be through, then so be it. I also don't believe in hiding behind topics because they're sensitive topics. Oh, it's religion, don't talk about it. No, we can talk about it, but just don't force your opinion on others. Just have an IQ take on it. Don't have to be so, oh, religion, it's this bad word because of this. Like, it's whatever you want from it, man. You want to be religious, if it gives you value, then do it. I think avoiding topics because they're hot topics, I think that's stupid. I have an opinion. People will love me for my science, not my opinion. Disagree or don't disagree. It's not like people are going to disagree with me and be like, fuck that guy, he doesn't like the Bible. Well, I refuse to make money with his science. Let me go back to indicators. Nah, it's not going to happen. He's way too egotistical. Well, my science is changing the world, so maybe I am. Who knows? Who cares? I always tell people, hey, where'd the music go? I know that. Yeah, I say that too, but okay, we'll just click the playlist song. I always tell people, you love me for my science, not my opinions, because you're not always going to agree with me. So my opinions on religion are those that reflect my life choices. And hey, if people get value out of religion, they do. I don't. Simple as that. I'll be remembered for my science, not my opinions on the Bible and the misers, as I call them. I literally just told people my temple is my mini bar, my hot tub is where I get my baptism. Like, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is so far gone already. It's too late. So it's like, yeah. There's no point to avoid these things, like these topics. It's like kind of stupid, actually. Like feeling scared to talk about something. Like, dude. Imagine MoneyGram in like 5 years and it just keeps wedging here against the bottom of these range, like the bottom of this on the 12-month and this trend. Jesus. MoneyGram is one to watch in the future. Elon buys into MoneyGram. Thing's gonna go to like $1 billion. Rebrand the company to Space Money. Should watch out for market selling penny stocks. Maybe you already know about it, but ECN fees can apparently make you lose all your money. Yeah, I've seen the fees. It depends on your broker. Nokia's still holding. Jesus, dude, this thing is just holding forever. I've met people who have preached Christianity. I just don't listen to it. I'll take it that you've definitely met people like that. Conor McGregor. became an atheist after 2 years of studying the Bible. Right after my graduation, I enrolled in university to study linguistics, language acquisition, etc. Crazy, man. Yes, don't hide behind sensitive topics. I just don't see the point, man. People are so scared of these things that it's just like, wow. Yeah. Don't agree with my politics, but your life changed my, your TA changed my life. Exactly, dude. Connor fight Usman. I've heard rumblings about that. Like, people want to see that really bad. Careful with Wikipedia. That's not exactly, anybody can write on Wikipedia doesn't mean it's true. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm saying just always be careful with Wikipedia. Like, if you use Wikipedia in university, you basically fail your class. They'll like, why are you using Wikipedia? Get something from properly cited material. So just be careful with that. Again, not saying it's not true, just I'm just catching up on chat right now. I'm just reading all the comments. Okay, that's it for me today. It's been an interesting day. Religion, dating, bicycles, burns, misers, baptisms. It's been a day. I don't even know where this stream went. This has been such a fucking shit show. Holy Jesus. Space, yeah, we did space TA, we did astrology. This stream, this one's going down in the books. Next stream you're gonna see Dan Steele. That's how far down the line this one's been. Hosted by DS next. All right, see y'all later. Tomorrow, Discord expert tier, last day of the month. Join it. See ya.